I want to talk about something today that isn't particularly comfortable for most people, and that's hatred, in particular self-hatred. I am considered an extremely happy person by pretty much everyone who knows me. I've been given nicknames like Smiley because I'm pretty much smiling all the time. I do weird things like spontaneously dancing for no reason, just because I'm feeling good. I even do that around the house when there's no one there to laugh at my stupidity, especially when there's no one there to laugh at my stupidity. One of my friends calls me Skipper because I literally skip around when I'm happy. So that's my natural state, more or less, most of the time. But not too long ago, I had a week when that was not my natural state. I was feeling kind of sad and depressed. There was some anger that was flitting through my system, and I just didn't have the energy that I normally have because something was bothering me. Of course, I have all these great tools for dealing with this, and when I'm feeling that way, it's when I'm least apt to pull them out and use them. So it took me about a week of moping, which perhaps I was enjoying on some level, I don't know, before I decided to do it. So the other day, I sat down to do some EFT. I said, all right, I'm going to work with this. I want to find out what's going on here. It's time for me to pay attention. And so that's the first thing that I want to point out, is that when something's going on with you, there's a feeling, there's a thought that you're not too fond of, it's a message. You don't have to be afraid of it. A lot of times we spend our time and energy resisting it. And as it's been said, what resists persists. It doesn't help. It just prolongs the agony. So I sat down, and that's actually the first thing, right? Sit down. I had to sit down and be with it and notice what it was. And even though it was manifesting as sadness and it was manifesting as anger, when I sat with it, I recognized, wow, this is self-hatred. And I'm not telling you this because I need or want pity. I don't. I'm really okay. That's why I'm telling you this, because I am okay. And it's okay to talk about it, and it's okay to feel it. It's okay to notice this. So I noticed this self-hatred, and as I did EFT, emotional freedom technique, which you can look up online, there are lots of videos if you want to learn more about it, has to do with tapping on the meridians of your body to balance your energy system. Sounds really kooky. All I know is it works. I've used it for 10 years with great results. It's been a powerful, transformative tool for me. So one of the great things about using EFT is that often when I do this, I get insights. Things shift, and I start noticing them, and my perspective changes. So I noticed this self-hatred, and it felt like it was a box in the middle of my body, behind my solar plexus, where I'd been containing this self-hatred. I thought to myself too, wow, it was a good thing it was contained, because hatred is destructive. Could have turned into suicidal thoughts or actions, hurtful actions. I know that this self-hatred, because I've noticed it before on occasion, has caused me to sabotage myself with behaviors that aren't good for me or the people I love. And so there was this box of self-hatred so well contained, and yet still there working behind the scenes. And as I worked with it and did the EFT, by the time I was done, there were a lot of tears. There was a huge release, and I no longer felt that self-hatred. And things became very clear about the reason I had been depressed is because I have been hating a part of myself, not accepting a part of myself, not wanting to be who I really am. And as much as I know how awesome I am, and I say it a lot, and in many areas of my life I've owned that, there are still some where I have exiled those parts of me because I for whatever reason, don't want to accept them. And so this was one. And I'm sharing this with you because the other day I had a conversation with someone who said to me, Well, she was very obviously freaked out by her process, freaked out by what she was feeling, what she was thinking, and what was going on, and unsure of what to do. And as we were working together, she said to me, "Thank you so much for being okay with my process, because it makes me feel okay too." And this is a firm belief I have, that we don't need to be freaked out when something is not right, going wrong. We're supposed to feel good. Well, guess what? If we're not feeling good, we're not supposed to, because we're not. That's how I know that. This is kind of gets a little complicated here sometimes when I talk about this stuff, but basically what I'm saying is being with what is, accepting what is in this moment is really important. It's the first step towards choosing what you want, towards creating what you want, and towards releasing things that are no longer working for you. We get confused. I know I get confused. When I'm thinking something, I think I am the thought. When you hear those voices in your head that tell you things that aren't so happy, that's not you. That's just a thought. I don't know whose thought it is. It's only mine if I get really attached to it. Otherwise, it just kind of passes, right? Feelings, same thing. Not me. Can't be me. They change from moment to moment. I'm not going to claim to know who I am or what I am. I really don't. And I'm not just saying that as an existential mind trip. I really mean that. But what I know is I'm not my thoughts and I'm not my feelings. And therefore, if one comes along, there's nothing to be afraid of. In fact, being afraid of it gives it power, makes it persist. The whole point of me sharing this is that whatever you're feeling, whatever you're thinking, it's okay. What if instead of trying to push it away or make something else happen or feel or think the way you think you're supposed to be thinking and feeling, you just acknowledged it. You just sat with it for a minute and noticed it. That kind of awareness opens up the possibility for a choice of something different. When you can choose something different, you can do anything. So whatever it is, wherever it is you find yourself right now, it's okay. I'm not freaked out by it. Don't be freaked out by it either.